Belief in a higher power is not just part of our religious identity, it's part of what makes us human. Across every culture and era, people have sensed something beyond themselves. Call it faith, call it spirit, call it purpose. But whatever name we give it, it's a kind of intuitive genius. And that genius is shaped by the culture we grow up in. It's how we ground ourselves, how we make meaning of the chaos of life. But here's the danger. When that grounding is lost, when society feels unmoored from the values we were raised on, we don't just drift. We start looking for something, someone, anyone, to tell us who we are. We hand over our sovereignty for the promise of stability. And that's how free people end up under the thumb of tyrants, or swallowed up in movements that sound noble, but are rooted in ego and fear. Now, I want to be crystal clear. This video isn't about one president or one party. This moment in our history is bigger than that. What we're living through right now is the slow exposure of a shift that began after World War II and somewhat after World War I. We won those wars, and with them came a gift and the burden of global wealth and power. But instead of becoming stewards of that legacy, we started living like spoiled heirs of a fortune that we didn't know how to manage. We traded sustainability for consumption. We chose image over integrity. We forgot that liberty is a garden you have to tend and not a vending machine you can just keep punching buttons on, getting what you want. We stopped asking what we could do for our country and started asking what we could take from it. And when that emptiness grew, we filled it with politics, personalities, and parties took advantage of that. Anything to feel like we belong to something again. George Washington warned us about all this. In his farewell address, he said, "The spirit of party serves always to distract the public councils and enfeeble the public administration, and it agitates the community with ill-founded jealousies and false alarms, kindles the animosity of one part against another." He was speaking directly to this moment in American life. The moment when faith is no longer anchored in shared purpose, but fragmented into tribal warfare. That's why I wrote Reviving Our Republic. It's not a nostalgia trip. It's a roadmap to rediscover our original intent, where individual liberty, guided by the rule of law and infused with purpose, leads us toward a more stable, just, and meaningful life. So let's not surrender to the noise. Let's rise above it. Let's find our new tribe, one rooted not in fear or fury, but in the principles that once lit the world on fire with hope. Because the inheritance isn't lost, it just needs to be reclaimed. Thanks for listening to Reviving Our Republic. And if this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe, hit the bell, leave a review, and help us grow this movement, because the future of liberty depends on we, the people, remembering who we are. And until next time, place, purpose, and preservation. Take care.